What's going on YouTube? This is Daybreak748 coming back at you guys this new year, starting off strong with another scale figure review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Yuuki from SAO2. Now this is brought to us by the folks at Genco or Genco. Don't know which way to pronounce it, so I'm going to just call it Genco. Now, honestly speaking, I've never heard of this company before. I've never purchased anything from this company, so I had no idea what to expect. All I had was the prototype photos of this figure, and so far, I'm a little worried. Now, just starting off with packaging, let's take a look at this. Packaging looks okay. Looks. Feels is a completely different story. It feels like a bootleg or a cheap knockoff. Why? Because look at this. The box, it opens. This piece right here, the window, is not even attached to the box. And that's really frustrating because it's a very flimsy box. As soon as I tried to take this, I grabbed this like this, and it literally came out of package when I first got it. So it was, yeah, I'm a little worried, guys. Now, let's get to other stuff. You have nice, just basic picture of the figure itself here with Yuuki. She is a 1/7 scale pre-painted figure. You have SAO2 here, Genco here. Window display here. On this side you have another picture of Yuuki. On the back you have some warning labels, whatnot, and that's pretty much it. Guys, even though I haven't taken this figure out of package yet, I gotta say I am really annoyed, and this will probably be my last Genco or Genco figure because of the following. You'll see it in a little bit, but I can already see it right here. Alright, guys, give me a sec. I'll be right back. I'm going to take Yuuki out of package and we'll see what she has to offer. Be right back, guys. Alright, guys, and we are back. We have Yuuki here out of package, and I gotta say, right off the bat, this figure is gorgeous. I love the attention to detail. I love the sculpt. Let me just move this up a little so you guys can see it. I mean, the face sculpt, very cute, very accurate to the source material. I like the paint job. All the lines are very crisp. The gold trimmings right here that you see on the bottom part of her, I don't know what this is, a skirt maybe. It looks just perfect. I love the red, the gold, the purples, the different types of paint that they used here, like the matte finish paint for the skirt piece, and then this glossy material right here for her like chest armor piece, which is quite nice. Everything is spot on. There's no assembly required when you take her out of package, so this is a gorgeous looking figure. Now, there's one minor gripe and then one major gripe. So, the minor gripe is when you take her out of package, your sword will most likely be warped. Why? Because they decided to go with a softer material for the sword, and because of that, the sword was a little warped on mine, but that was not a big issue because I just put it under some hot water, and it was, bam, it fixed it. So, it's perfectly fine. But now, the major issue. Now, you guys are probably already able to tell what the major issue is. Has it have anything to do with the actual figure itself? No. The figure is gorgeous. I would give the figure a 10 out of 10. On the other hand, this base is atrocious. And it is massive. I mean, if you compare it to my hand, like, let's see if I could put my hand in here. It's bigger than my hand. Take a look. That is massive. Now, if you guys have a DTOF where you display your figures, then this one figure is going to take up a lot of space. Especially if you want to display this figure with, let's say, your Asuna figure or your Shinon or whoever. I mean, you're probably going to have this figure and then one other figure, and that's pretty much it. If you want to really squeeze your figures in, then maybe you might be able to put more, but yeah, that base, man, it's very disappointing. Now, I've never heard of Genco or Genco before. This is the first time I've ever picked up a figure from them, and like I said, they nailed the figure. But the base, man, what were they thinking? I really don't understand. They go into all this hard work to getting the sculpt right, getting this nice pose. Everything about this looks amazing. And then, here you go. To top it all off, you get this random crap base. Now, to make it even worse, this figure is definitely not stable on this base. When I took this figure out of package, this piece right here, it was literally coming off. And if I pick this up, let me just try to do this carefully. Do you see that little space in between? Yeah, that was even bigger. And because I had to kind of push it in, you start seeing these like stress marks on the plastic inside, which is really unfortunate, because that means if I do any more to this figure, it's probably going to snap. Another thing I don't like is this pole right here. Bigger companies, more well-known companies I should say, have done crazy posed action figures, or not action figures, scale figures just like this. For example, from Good Smile Company, the Matoi Ryuko figure, the one where she's in that awesome final form pretty much, yeah, she's standing on one leg. She's perfectly fine. Other companies like Alter and Kotobukiya, they have it nailed, where it's like, okay, if our figure is doing a more dynamic pose, we need to give them a thicker peg, or we need to give a metal rod. Now, unfortunately, Genco or Genco, whatever, they did not do that. And because of that, this is a ticking time bomb, pretty much, because you never know when this thing is going to snap. That is super unfortunate. Now, another thing I really cannot stand about this is the fact that they put the Made in China stamp right on top. Why would you do that? I mean, you have all this space on the bottom. You could have done it there. I mean, seriously, or a smaller font, or a, I don't know. It's just, oh man, that is awful. Now, honestly speaking, would I recommend this figure? Yes, I would. I would recommend this figure if and only if you have a lot of space. Why? Because this base is that bad. It's just awful. Figure, like I said, I give a 10 out of 10. But this base is atrocious. I give this thing a 0. The base is a 0. 0 out of 10. It's awful. I would not recommend it. It is wow. Now, she does have a cast-off feature. You could take off her lower piece right here. This whole thing comes off. But unfortunately on mine, this joint right here where it's supposed to come off, it doesn't actually come off, and because of that, yeah, I'm a little worried. I think if I put too much pressure on this, it's going to snap, and therefore I'm not going to do so. But yeah, I would just be careful if I were you. Another thing is, this figure, to my knowledge, does not come with any instruction manual, so yeah, that's a bummer. No, so whatever. But guys, once again, if you are a Yuuki fan and you don't really mind large, ridiculous looking bases, then this is a must-have. She is gorgeous. But if you're a collector that likes to display their figures with other cast members, then this might not be the one for you. Then you should probably go with like the Taito, I think that's what they're called, Taito prize figures, because yeah, this base is enormous. Now guys, real quickly, I'm going to show you guys I'm going to just show you guys what I mean when I say this figure, this base is massive. So guys, stick around and we will conclude with that. Be right back, guys. Alright, and we are back. To wrap up this video, like I said, I'm going to show you how Yuuki looks with some other girls from the SAO line. And so here we go. We have 3 main characters here. We have Asuna, Leafa, and Shinon. But let's see if we can fit poor old Yuuki in here with the rest of these girls. So because of this base, take a look. Yeah, in my DTOF right here, she is not going to fit unless I move her out of the way. I push her in here, and then I kind of tweak her a little bit. But then, as you guys can clearly see, Shinon is definitely covering up Asuna, and that's not going to work either. So, like I said, Genco, whatever, they make a fantastic version of the character, but because of this base, I don't see a lot of people displaying her with any of the other girls. And if they do, I've seen on like MFC where they just literally take this part off and they glue it to a prize figure, I think it was, base, and they just use that. So I'm gonna try doing the same thing and we'll see how that works out. But yeah, sculpt wise, paint job wise, everything is perfect with this figure. The only thing is this ugly ass base. So there you guys have it. There is Yuuki from Genco, and would I recommend her? If you're that type of collector who doesn't mind ridiculous looking bases, then yeah, by all means. But if you need space because you like to display these characters with each other, then and you own a DTOF like I do, this might not be the best Yuuki version out there for you. Unfortunately, it might be better off to get one of those prize figure versions. But other than that, I gotta say, I am impressed with the sculpting that they did. It's just, damn, this base, ugh. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment down below what you think of the base. Am I being too harsh? And all that good stuff. So yeah, once again, thank you. Until next time, this is Daybreak 748. I'm signing out. Peace out, guys.